May I have your attention, please? All rise. The Orange County Municipal Court is now in session. The Honorable Donald R. Camper presiding. All those having business before the court draw near, you shall be heard. God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning and welcome to Orange County Municipal Court. Today is the 7th day of February, and we are, as we always do, starting off with reviews for people who have court orders to comply with. So if you're in that group, come up when your name's called with the group to your right to the table there. And if you don't get called and think you should have, you need to go check in with the clerk to make sure you're on the docket for today. Call the reviews, please.
Taylor Bryan, Alexis Kane, Leroy Campbell, Ryan J. Chapman, Jason Collier.
Taylor Bryant is 23112, 2112. Taylor Bryant's been called, has not appeared, has not finished her cases. So there'll be against one issue. Okay. So she's at our RRS?
Yes.
Okay, well, she's doing, looks like she needs treatment, and she's been doing treatment, but she hasn't come to court today, so she's got 7 days before the warrant will issue, so if you would please let her know she needs to get in here. And of course, I want her to continue with her treatment. So if she will get in here, I'm not going to put her in jail, she just needs to get in here and report to the court. Okay, thank you for that report from RRS. Okay, Alexis Kane, 23502. Okay, you've done your community service and you worked off and paid off your fines. You've been at Bethesda. Are you still going to Bethesda?
I am. She told me that we were going to wrap it up this court date.
Okay. Is there anybody here from Bethesda today?
Taylor just came in, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll get her in and get her report. We're on Alexis Kane. Okay. You have a job now. All right, is she considered completed, or what's,
Yes, she would be considered completed.
okay. All right, she's done everything else, so I'm going to mark your file as completed. This thing I would encourage you is to do, and you can continue with Bethesda or continue whatever treatment or however you need to stay clean. That's what you got to do. I mean, I'm not going to be looking over your shoulder anymore, but for your own sake, you got to take the steps necessary.
I'm very active in AA, so I'm just going to continue with that.
You don't have to come back to court anymore, but do what you need to do to stay where you are. So good job. The case is completed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Leroy Campbell is here. This is 10/6/27, 12/22/59, 12/30/25. These are RRS. Well, the report says you're prescribed gabapentin and Suboxone. I know only because of my relationship with Dr. Davies at Marshall Medical School who teaches addiction medicine. That's a problem. Taking gabapentin together with Suboxone is contraindicated. Who's giving you the prescription for gabapentin?
Dr. Basedow, but I'm not on Suboxone anymore. I'm on Sublocade, and I'm already moved down to the 100 milligram shots. I'm actually on my way off of Sublocade too, and I've been doing this for a while. This was a concern of yours before, Your Honor,
Okay.
and
It's mentioned in the report, that's why I brought it up again. It's a red flag, so.
I haven't had any problems, sir. They do
All
pill
right, can you
counts
pay
on.
anything on your fines today?
I get paid today, so I'll have to come back. It don't hit my bank account till about noon, but I'll have to come back and make a payment. But
You can pay online.
actually, I can't. There's something wrong with mine. I've talked to John about it. There's something wrong with mine specifically that will not let me pay online.
That's news to me. I didn't know that could be a problem.
Yeah, there's only like a couple of us that we can't do that. I was making my payments online, and it just messed up one day, and he can't fix it, and I don't know why. It just won't let me do that.
Well, you could check with, why don't you go to the clerk's office and talk to somebody there. We could even get, Digit 3 is our computer folks, and we can get them online,
Try it again.
they can get on remotely and try to do something to fix it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to set your next hearing in March. Fridays are better.
It doesn't matter, Your Honor.
Okay. March 14th. See the clerk before you leave
Okay.
about getting that issue fixed with your computer.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay, March 14th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
Ryan Chapman, 241188. Ryan Chapman, that's you? Okay, you've done all your community service and some towards your fine. And you did the 3-day program. So we just have to finish off your fine. Do you have a payment today?
I don't, but on the 14th, I'm gonna come back and try to pay about half of them.
Okay. This is only your second review, so I'll go further out for your next review. And, Mr. Campbell, Mondays or Fridays? Does it matter?
Mondays would be better.
Okay, March 31st is going to be your next hearing. If you get it paid off by then, you don't have to come back, because that's all you got left to do. Pay off your fines by March 31st and you're done.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Jason Collier, see on, sometimes he appears back, it's not on there. Okay, Jason Collier has not appeared. And he does, well, I'm actually showing he's not set till the 24th, so let's pass it to February 24th. Is that the right date? It is. That's a Monday, so we'll pass this to February 24th. Okay, do what set for the 24th?
Dakota Kraft, Christopher Davis, James Helton, Damian Newcomb, Heather Robinson, Stephen Stanley, Sherry Fraser.
Dakota Kraft. 2320, 22130. Is that Bethesda? Okay, it sounds, it's a good report. There's things you're working on still,
Yes,
so
sir.
it looks like. You paid off your fines. Very good. Okay, well, is he still going to continue in treatment?
Yes.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. Since you've done your fines and you've got a good report, I'm not going to have you come back for a couple months.
Right.
At some point, we'll finish you up.
Thanks, sir.
So let's see, let's go into April. Mondays or Fridays?
Fridays.
Fridays are better?
Yes, sir.
The 11th, April the 11th, would be your next hearing. So they give you a little more than 2 months.
Thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
No, I don't know.
Christopher Davis, 24,885, 24,253.
It's just my community service. Papers.
Your Honor, he's turning in 30 hours of community service.
Okay.
Where'd you do that?
Jackson County, Dog Pound.
I'm showing the, have you already done community service? I'm showing the community service.
Yeah, I just-
credit.
Brought that just in case of it.
Okay. It's already been placed in your file, so you were given credit for 30 hours before. You've already paid your fines off. The only thing I'm showing you haven't done yet is the driver intervention program. Have you
Yeah,
signed up for that?
We called and they said the next class will be in March, sometime in March. And I just now got a union, so I wasn't able to call off my days of work. So now that I'm in a union, I can call off and do my classes.
So you will be doing the one in March, or?
Yeah.
Okay. And the one here in Lawrence County?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a couple of months too, since you've done everything else. All you gotta do is get that file that you did the driver intervention program. You don't have to go to the one here in
All right.
Lawrence County.
All right.
There's, I don't know how many, but most counties have at least one, and the big, like Cincinnati, Columbus, are gonna have multiple programs. So you can go to any one that's approved by the state of Ohio. But it's on you to make sure they file the proof that you completed the program. If you
All
file
right.
that with the court, then you're gonna be finished.
All right.
So does it matter if it's Mondays or Fridays for your next hearing date?
Fridays.
Fridays. I'll set it for April the 18th. That gives you more than 2 months. If you get the driver intervention program completed, file it with the court, you don't have to be here then. That's
All right.
you have left. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you.
James Helton, 23,111. So he's been an intensive outpatient. He's not here today. He was a person I wasn't sure was really appropriate for outpatient. I thought he might be inpatient. So is he you believe he's being successful in outpatient?
Yeah, I mean, he's recently been with us for about a couple of weeks now, so with the death in his family, he's only been out for a week, so, so far he's, yeah.
Okay.
But if
Well,
anything changes, yeah, inpatient for sure.
he needs to get in here. Should have been here today, so if you'll let him know, he's got 7 days to appear. If he doesn't appear in that time frame, there'll be a warrant issued for his arrest. Thank you. Damian Newcomb, 24,874. Damian Newcomb. So he has turned in some community service. Hasn't done anything, paid $20 for his fine, that's it. So he still has community service left to do too, so it'll be a warrant for failure to appear. Heather Robinson, 24,281, is your Heather? Ma'am, are you Heather?
No, I'm Sherry.
Sherry, okay. Heather Robinson has been called. She hasn't appeared. So it'll be a bench warrant issue. Sherry Fraley,
Yes, sir.
24,255.
I'm currently in the crisis center. I paid off my fines, and I'm being transferred to Men Reads tomorrow.
Okay,
And continue MAT treatments.
all right, very good. Your fines been paid.
Yes, you need the receipt, sir.
No, I've got it right here. It shows
Okay.
in the file that you have paid it.
The only thing I lack on
Are
is
you
birth
there,
control.
you said you're going to Mended Reeds?
Yes,
Are you
tomorrow.
doing that on your own, or were you court ordered to go?
I was court ordered there as a crisis center. I requested Men Reads, just for a change.
Which court ordered you?
I believe the Municipal Bob Waldo.
Okay, Judge Walden. Okay, because I didn't order that, and you're actually finished here, so I'll let you just
Okay.
report to Judge Waldo on your treatment. Your case here is completed.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Stephen Stanley,
Yes, sir.
24,152. Okay, and I have a letter, this is some time ago, but I do have a letter in the file showing that you did the restitution for damage to, it was from a traffic accident.
Yes.
So, that's taken care of. You still have some fines you're working on.
Yes.
And you did make a payment just a few days ago.
Yes.
Okay. When do you think you can pay it off? Do you have any idea?
No, not right off, I don't.
All right, I'll set your next hearing for April the 4th. That's a Friday, April 4th, 9 o'clock, and if you pay it off by then, you don't have to come to that hearing.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. We're going to start arraignment hearings next, and that's new cases or old cases where you got a warrant issued for not appearing or failing to do something you were ordered to do. So if you're here for arraignment, or anybody that's out in the hallway that has an arraignment, they need to come in now, and we'll get started with it. So the bailiff will call the names of people that have new charges or an old charge that needs to be dealt with. When your name is called, come up to the table to your right, stand there, and I'll go over the charge with you. You don't have to agree with the charge. It may be not true. I don't make the charging decisions. That's the prosecutor's job. They follow the charges, and then I judge the charges. So I have to tell you what the charges are so you understand what you're facing. I'll go over them with you, what the possible penalties are. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do say things, what you're saying is on the record. What I'm saying right now is all being recorded. What you say is being recorded. So if you get up and say something that's damaging, like, yeah, I did it, and I've had people, sir, have a seat. Sir, have a seat. When I'm finished, then you can leave.
I'm sorry.
So if you get up and say something that's damaging to your case, like an admission that you did it, that can be used against you by the prosecutor. So the less said, the better. Today's not the trial. You're not going to just get up and tell me, it didn't happen, and I'm going to say, okay, you're right, go, leave, it's over. That doesn't happen that way. So if you want a lawyer, you have a right to have one appointed. If you can't afford one, you have to meet the financial guidelines, and I will ask you questions about your income and financial circumstances if you want a court-appointed lawyer. If you want to hire your own, I don't have to ask you those things. You have a right to bail. You have a right to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If you enter a guilty plea or a no contest plea, either one, you're waiving some of those rights. So you shouldn't waive your rights if you don't understand what's happening, if you're confused, if you don't know what to do. Not guilty is the plea you should enter. It's the safest plea. You can change your plea later after you talk to a lawyer or consider your case further. But don't enter a guilty plea to get it over with. I have people tell me, I just want to get it over with. That's not a good reason to enter a guilty plea. Call the first case. And sir, you can leave now if you wish.
State of Ohio versus Tiffany C. Brooks, Case number TRC 25-177, A and B.
Ma'am, are you Tiffany C. Brooks?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Brooks, it's alleged that on February 1st at 3:29 a.m. in Rome Township, that you were operating a vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol.
Yes, sir.
And the state's alleging that you took a breath test to test your alcohol level and tested 15 on the breath test. So I'm going to explain to you what the breath test means. Under Ohio law, and it's most states are all the same now. There's what's called a per se level. If you test 8 or higher on the breath test, then there can be a presumption that you're impaired. To get a presumption, the state of Ohio has to show they complied with the rules for giving the test. If they do that and they get a score of above 8, it's presumed you're impaired because you tested above 8. They're saying you tested 15. That's higher than 8. It's alleged to be your first offense. The penalties increase the more of these you have. So on a first offense, the most that can happen, the maximum penalty, is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, and a 3-year license suspension. That's the most the court can impose. There is a minimum on this, so most charges don't have a minimum, but this is one that has a minimum, so I can't go below this as the least penalty you can get if you're found guilty. 3 days in a treatment program, $375 fine, 6-month license suspension. That's the least you can get if you're found guilty. The state's also alleging that you were speeding, driving 56 miles an hour in a 35-mile-an-hour zone. That's a minor misdemeanor. The maximum penalty for that is a $150 fine. Do you understand the 2 charges you're facing?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights that you have as a defendant that I explained when we were starting? Do you have questions about your rights or about the charges that you want to ask before you enter a plea?
Well, I thought I understood it until you said all that, and then it threw me off, so.
What do you have a question about?
Well, the breathalyzer, that's kind of like, it's there, it's just.
Yeah, if you have a question, if you don't think maybe they administered it correctly or followed the procedures they were supposed to, then you can, what did I say at the beginning? If you don't know what to do, enter a not guilty plea. And then you can think about it, talk to a lawyer about it, and then change your plea later.
Right.
You want to enter a not guilty plea?
Not really.
Do you have, well, let's talk about your ability to pay for a lawyer. Do you work?
No, I'm a full-time student.
You're going to get a lawyer appointed if you want one. If you have a question about the breathalyzer, whether it was done correctly, I'm assuming most lay people wouldn't be able to answer those questions. I'm assuming you don't know what they're supposed to do. But lawyers that do this kind of work are going to know and can look at your file and the record and see if they think it was done correctly. You want to do that? You want to talk to a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. Then we're going to enter a not guilty plea.
Okay.
I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. I'm going to appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. He's here. We'll get him in the courtroom so you can meet him. Mr. Stratton, this is Tiffany Brooks, first offense ODI with a 15 BAC. She has questions about that, maybe other things. So I'm entering a not guilty plea for her. She can sign a signature bond of $1,000. He can explain to you what that means. You just have to show up when you're supposed to. You won't have to post any money.
Yeah, that's why you don't have to go to jail.
Okay, so we're looking,
Obviously, this is.
pretty booked up until, other than the 18th, and that's a Tuesday. I know you're not regularly here on Tuesday. That was a holiday on the 17th, but the 24th or after, rather than the 18th. So 24th or after for pretrial.
28th, Your Honor?
28th is good. Okay, next hearing is going to be February 28th. That's 3 weeks from today, on a Friday. That's going to be at 10 a.m.
All right. Just got outside and talk.
You are under a license suspension.
Oh, I know.
Because of the test score.
I know.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks.
You are.
State of Ohio versus James G. Adams, case number TRC 23765, A, B, and C.
Okay, and you're James C. Adams?
James G.
G, okay, it is a G, I just looked at it wrong. It is G. Okay, looks like you had a review hearing on January 31st, so that was a week ago, and you weren't here then, is that right?
Right.
Do you have an explanation for that?
I've been up in Marion, Ohio with my grandma. She's on life support.
Okay. You have done, you've done just about everything. I'm showing all you have left is $75 and,
I paid that today.
okay. And what about, would you pay it online?
Yeah.
Because it's not showing up in the file yet. What about the driver intervention program? Have you done
It's
that?
in March for Lawrence County.
Okay, you've already signed up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna do then. I'll put you off till April. If you get that completed successfully and a report filed with the court, you don't have to come back.
All right.
All right, no warrant was issued because it's only a week out, so there won't be a warrant issued for not being here last week. And I'll give you a date in April. If something happens, you don't get it done, then you gotta be here.
All right.
If you get it done, and just check with your probation officer to make sure it did get filed.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to set it for April the 14th. Any questions, sir?
Okay.
Okay, April 14th, 9 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus William Rice, case number TRD 202404, TRD 182548.
All right, William Rice.
Yes, sir.
Was set for Monday. He's here today. Is there a reason you couldn't get here Monday?
Yes, sir, I was working. I thought it was today, actually. I thought
Okay.
Friday was today.
You did make a pretty good payment on your fines today. I'm still showing that you've got
2 days.
2 days of community service left.
I will get them
You
done.
did some since the last time you were here. Okay, so no warrant will issue. We set you about a month out. If you get everything done, you don't have to come out.
All right. I got a question.
Okay.
I went and tried to get my license. I paid on my restitution, not restitution, my reinstatement fees and all that. Went over to take my test and they said, well, there's one you hadn't paid on. So I went back over and paid again. And I went over and they said there's still suspended. So I called the DMV, which took forever.
Yeah.
I got a hold of somebody and they said that last one where it didn't get filed for so long, I guess it's probably my fault, it didn't come to court, but they have a mandatory 2-year suspension, but you could give me driving privileges for work.
Okay.
That would make getting that community service and everything done. So I got a car, I got my SR22 bond, I've been working on it.
I've got a report. Well, this is an old one. Can we get, and John is here.
Yes, sir.
If you want to stick around, I'll have them run your license again. It may take a little while, or we can do it the next time you come back.
We'll do it next time. Should I do it beforehand or after court next?
I've got a report, but it was a couple of years ago, so we need to get it updated, and I'll try to help you if I can.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So, what's best for, you want to come back in a couple of weeks then, maybe?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, let's see. Mondays or Fridays?
Fridays.
That's it.
Give me a month, give me a month. I want to get these community service done before I come back.
Can you come on a Tuesday?
Probably not.
Okay, well, I can make it Monday. The 18th is just a less busy docket because we don't normally have court on Tuesdays. We have it on Mondays and Fridays. I can make it the 24th.
This month or next month?
February 24th.
All right, thank you.
So it's a little over 2 weeks. Well, he changed the money. You said you wanted Monday.
No, I want Friday.
Friday, I'll make it the 28th.
Okay, February 28th.
So that's 3 weeks.
All right.
February 28th, and we'll try to, I'll have Mr. Major track down your current license report.
Yeah, I got a statement from the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. It says them charges, and which is the only one that, they're suspended until the 29th, but I could get my license, but there's a 2-year thing they want me to wait, but they said you can give me driver's privilege. We'll figure it
All right,
out.
I'll have him get a printout on it, and I'll have more information when you come back on the 28th.
All right, thank you, sir.
You are.
State of Ohio versus Michael G. Martin, case number CRV 22-163, TRC 19-4006, A and B.
All right, Michael Martin is 22-163, 19-4006, and he's at RRS.
Yes.
Do you have a report today, or?
No, he just had an active warrant. We coming in trying to fix it.
I'm sorry.
No, we ain't got no letter for him today.
Okay. Is he compliant, or?
Yes, he's in our inpatient facility. He's been with us since December 24th.
Okay. And is compliant, so, he has some fines and court costs to pay, but as long as, he's in treatment, he's not generating any money, and he's got community service to do too, so we can wait until he gets to the point where he can do that. So, if he does get to the point where he can come out and do community service, that would be good, and then that would go toward his fine once he's got what he was mandated to do. He's got 4 days left, and then after that, it'll go toward his fines. $50 a day credit for every day he does. I'll set it out another month. March 7th, exactly 1 month, March 7th. Do the next hearing at 9 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Dana Howard, case number CRV 24-235.
All right, Mr. Howard is here now, and he had a hearing on the 31st, it looks like. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your fines are paid. I'm showing you just have 1 day of community service left.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's get that done, and you'll be finished.
Okay.
When-
Sorry I missed. I came down with coronavirus and the flu at the same time. I was in pretty
Okay.
bad shape.
Well, thanks for not coming and giving it to us.
That's why I called.
No warrant's been issued, so, and it won't be issued, so you're fine. I'll set you for March 31st, so that gives you almost 2 months to get it done. If you get it finished, you don't have to come back.
Okay.
March 31st, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Ready to start pre-trials, right?
Okay, we're going to start pre-trials now, so we're going to need the lawyers and prosecutors.
Pre-trial, get in the courtroom now, pre-trial. State of Ohio versus Jacob R. Nichols, case number PRC 24-1236, Mr. Holt's case.
Jacob Nichols. I have a report from Southern Ohio Driver Intervention Program.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and my notes were on this, it was going to be amended to a physical control fee did the driver intervention program.
Correct, Your Honor.
And the state's still in agreement with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so it'll be 4511.194. Okay, so the amendment has taken place. And to that amended charge, how does Mr. Nichols plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Mr. Nichols?
Yes.
You have a right to make a statement if you wish to do. You're not required to. Do you have anything you want to say?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there any recommendation on the sentence?
We wouldn't make any specific recommendation, Your Honor. We just wanted to make sure he went to the school.
Anything you wish to say, Mr. Holden?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'll impose a $200 fine and court costs. Can you pay that today?
I'm sorry?
Can you pay the fine and court costs today? If you can, I won't put you on probation.
Yes, Your Honor, I can pay it today.
See the clerk, no probation, case will be concluded once you pay your fine and court costs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
To the right as you leave the courtroom.
Out of here.
Thank you, you are.
State of Ohio versus Osman Quinones, case number TRC 242376.
This is Ken's case.
Yes, sir.
Set for a pretrial today.
Yes, sir. I think we have a resolution in this matter, but we are requesting an interpreter before we move forward, Judge.
Okay. We can
I believe
have
they're
the
working.
clerk get in touch with the, there's a number we can call with the Supreme Court, get someone, so we need a Spanish interpreter?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you want to just have a seat, when we get them on the line, then we'll call back up and.
Yes, sir.
Could we approach briefly on that, Your Honor?
Sure. He's out of state, right? Oh, okay, because it has one in Missouri, Mississippi, Columbus. First of all, okay, so it's in Mass.
Code of practice.
Is he local? You can be in West Virginia, be local.
Yes, sir.
How's he gonna pay for service? Yes, well. That's not be a problem, but I'm sure you're gonna have, well, I would think about that Medicaid business.
Would it be possible, Judge, since would it be possible to set this group of office and anywhere in the national office to
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, well, we can go ahead and do that. I assume you were. All right, is there, I understand there's an interpreter on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, and could you identify yourself, please? Okay, I'm going to pass you to the bailiff, and he's going to, you're on a cell phone, and he's going to move around the courtroom so you can be in a position to hear what is being said and translate. The defendant's last name is Quinones.
Yes, sir.
And so this is a plea arrangement. So if you would ask Mr. Quinones if he does wish to change his plea to guilty to the charge that he's facing.
Muy buenos días, yo voy a ser su intérprete el día de hoy. Voy a interpretar entre usted y el tribunal. Señor Quiñones, ¿usted desea cambiar su declaración a culpable del cargo del que se le está acusando?
No.
No.
Okay, well, let's do this. I'm going to let you talk to the lawyer and Mr. Quinones because there must be some misunderstanding. If you can stay on the line, I think this is the clerk's cell phone, so the bailiff will go with you and hand off the phone to Mr. Quinones' lawyer and assist them in discussing this, and then we'll come back on the record if we get it resolved. If not,
Yes, sir.
then we'll reschedule for another day.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. This case will be recalled later in the trial.
State of Ohio versus Darius S. Aldridge, case number 162512. This is Mr. Stratton's case.
All right, we need Mr. Stratton in the courtroom. This is set for a pretrial. Darius Aldridge.
Sorry, Your Honor. Call with the jail. Hey. Your Honor, we pre-tried this case, and there was questions as to whether or not there was any video of this alleged incident that occurred. Found out today that there is no video, so we'll probably have to set this for a trial.
Okay. Well, is there any time issues at this point?
No time issues, Your Honor.
We're probably looking, go back up. The 24th of February is available. There's already a trial set on the 28th. Then we'd be into March.
Rather go into March if possible.
March 7th. It's a Friday, first Friday in March.
That'll work, Your Honor.
And as far as you know that, then it's within time constraints?
Yes.
And is that an agreeable date for the state?
Yeah, unless we have a witness that we find
Sure.
out and don't.
Then you can file a motion to continue if that occurs. I understand you wouldn't know that at this point. So I'm going to set it for a trial. Do we need a trial before then, or do you think it's been pre-tried enough?
Your Honor, I don't think we need to pre-try that. The issue was the video, and there is no video. So.
I'm going to set it for 12 p.m. noon on March 7th for trial.
And I want to make sure that we do have body camera video from the deputy. We do
Okay.
have that.
All right.
I think what you were talking about was security video from the store.
Yes. Yeah.
Which there wasn't any. It's Giovanni's.
Okay. So have you seen the body cam? Or
I have not seen that, but I'll see it before then. I don't believe anything on the body cam footage that would be incriminating. I think that the only thing that would be really important was the video from the Giovanni's, which
doesn't exist.
you know, I assume most of them had video inside. Apparently this one didn't, so.
All right, we'll keep that date then, March 7th for trial. If there's changes then after you see the video, we can pre-trial it or bring it up before.
Yes.
Okay, March 7th will be the trial.
We'll talk before that. I need to get this footage. All right.
State of Ohio versus Amanda Henson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Case number CRB 25-6 A and B. Amanda Henson.
It's Mr. Stratt's case for pre-trial. And on another topic, Mr. Stratton, I saw your text about Linda Fuller. Are you going to need some time to talk with her before her case gets called? Or?
Yeah, that's what I was doing, was outside, Your Honor. I was actually on the phone with
We'll
her.
give you some time before we get her on the screen, because she's at the jail, correct?
Yeah, and there's some issues, so,
Okay.
behavioral stuff, so.
Not surprising.
Once I get done here, I'm gonna walk back out and work on that, then I'll be back
You
in.
need some time before Belinda Fuller gets called. He's got to talk with her. Okay.
Your Honor, we're here on Mrs. Henson.
Yes.
She has a theft charge. We were going to plead guilty to that charge, ask for suspended time.
There's also a criminal trespass.
We're okay, Your Honor, if the court imposed some extra community service for the trespass. We'd want to plead to it.
We'll plead to both,
Okay.
as long as the time is suspended.
Is that correct, Ms. Henson? That's what you wish to do, change your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Probably a small fine, too. Yeah, I didn't mention that, so. And there's.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, it's my standard on these because I get so many positives, is before I sentence you, I want you to go take a urine screen.
That's fine.
So go to the probation office and they'll direct you as to how to get your screening done. And once I get the results, I'll have you back for sentencing.
All right, so just walk out and go with the probation.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Osman Quinones, case number PRC 242376.
All right, we're back on the record, case number 242376, and we still have the same interpreter available. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right.
Yes, I'm still here.
All right. I'm going to ask Mr. Quinones if he wishes to change his plea to guilty to the current charges.
Señor Quiñones, quiero preguntarle de nuevo si desea usted cambiar cómo se declara y se declara usted culpable de los cargos.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he said yes.
Dice que sí.
So it's my understanding that the state is recommending treatment as a low test score. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, and we've reviewed this, and there are some evidentiary issues that lead us to that belief that that's the best way to resolve this.
Okay. If you would ask Mr. Quinones then if he has any statement he wants to make to the court before he's sentenced.
Señor Quiñones, ¿tiene usted alguna declaración o algo que quiera decir ante el tribunal antes de que se dicte la sentencia?
No.
So he said no, he does not wish to make a statement. All right, I'm going to pronounce the sentence and I'll do it I'll break it up so you can tell him as we go along what the sentence is. I'm going to give him a fine of $700 because he had a pretty high test score. If you can tell him his fine is $700.
Muy bien, entonces le voy a dar una multa de $700 tomando en cuenta el puntaje alto del examen. Entonces se le va a dar la multa de $700.
Okay. Yes, sir.
He is ordered, if you would tell him he is ordered to pay the court costs, which are $125.
tribunal, los cuales son de $125.
Yes, sir.
Please tell him I am sentencing him to 20 days in jail, but I will suspend the 20 days in jail as long as he is compliant with the other things I'm going to order.
Muy bien, ahora lo voy a sentenciar a 20 días en la cárcel, pero voy a suspender esos 20 días siempre y cuando usted cumpla con las otras cosas que le voy a ordenar.
Yes, sir.
Please tell him I am ordering that he does 5 days on the court's community service program where he'll do a project in the community. 5 days.
Bien, entonces yo le voy a ordenar que haga 5 días de servicio, del programa de servicio comunitario del tribunal, donde usted va a tener que llevar a cabo un proyecto en la comunidad. De nueva cuenta, por 5 días.
Yes, sir.
I will order that he goes to a 3-day driver intervention program, which I believe his lawyer discussed with him.
También le voy a ordenar que acuda al programa de 3 días de intervención de conductores. Me parece ser que su abogado ya ha discutido esto con usted.
Yes, sir.
His driver's license will be suspended for 6 months starting the day of the arrest.
Su licencia de conducir estará suspendida por 6 meses a partir del día del arresto.
Yes, sir.
Please tell him he will have a review hearing with the court on August the 4th, 2025 at 9 a.m. where he has to come back to verify that he's done the things that were ordered.
También usted va a tener una audiencia para revisar ante el tribunal el día 4 de agosto del 2025 a las 9 de la mañana, a la cual usted va a tener que venir de vuelta para poder confirmar que haya hecho todas las cosas que se le ordenaron.
Yes, sir.
Please ask him if he has any questions about his order.
¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta acerca de esta orden?
No. It's okay.
All right, thank you. I'm going to order that he meet with the probation officer, and we're probably going to need to have the interpreter available for that. Can you stay on the line while that happens too, sir? The interpreter I'm asking? All right, no problem. Okay, thank you for your help. So go meet with the probation officer, get a copy of the judgment entry,
Yes, sir.
and then he's free to go.
And Judge, will there be a period of time that he can make payments towards these fines and fees?
Sure, we always take payments.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you sure you need case on that?
I am not. Never got caught. Apparently. Just dismiss it. I'm not showing any.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Casella, case number TRD 242490, TRC 242500.
Mr. Smith's case, it's a pretrial for today.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning, so 7:30, right now, they're called the metal place. I And in the evening time, I've been working from 4 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll go back to work. Yeah.
We need to recall
No,
this.
it's fine.
Your Honor, can we approach real quick?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Requirements. I don't see anything on here actually as an option. I'll do it. I mean, I wouldn't. He does that. Give him some community service. Give him time to do it. He does it. He does it good. He still has a job. Of course, it's up to Carl. It's not up to me. It's up to me. There's going to be some research about some issues with electronic home monitoring, so I'm going to recall that while that's being looked into.
Yeah, just wait, when we call yours.
Show that.
State of Ohio versus Dewan Sullivan, case number CRB 24779. Your Honor, this is originally set for trial.
Your Honor, this is one that we're going to have to continue the trial. Evidently, there's a video that I need to review. Evidently, I don't know, I'm pretty sure the state probably did produce it. However, the discovery pack doesn't show that there's a video involved, and I don't know. I've looked through the files, I've looked through my office. I'm not sure if I did get it or not, so, but I think it's a body, maybe possibly body cam footage.
And some still pictures.
And some still pictures, yeah, I don't have access to that, so if we can have a short continuance. My client is in Columbus, so we talked about this yesterday, we're going to have it continued, so we thought instead of having him drive all the way down here, just to have it continued, we'd do it without him, if that's okay.
And you're agreeable to that, Mr. Wood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it'll be a pretrial next time, or?
We can set it for, let's just set it for trial, and if, in the meantime, if we do get resolved, we'll just do it that day as a pretrial, but.
March 10th? During time issues?
We're going to need a time waiver.
We can do a time waiver. I mean, I can do it even sooner than that. I mean, I don't want to.
Well, I mean, really, it's a discovery thing, so it's probably told anyway.
Yeah, but it's just a video. I don't need that much time.
The 18th?
Of
February 18th?
Okay. Thank you.
What's wrong?
State of Ohio versus Tessa Curry, case number CRB 257A and B.
Mr. Morford's case, that's the pretrial.
Yes.
How are you, Mr. Morford?
Recovering, Judge.
I
Slowly
stopped
but
by your
surely.
office yesterday and they were hard at work.
I heard. Thank you. Checking in on them
Yeah, I was
and checking on me.
sitting for Judge Walden yesterday.
Do you want to watch it?
Yeah. Come in here. It's yesterday. It's my son's birthday.
I'm sorry?
My son's birthday was yesterday.
Judge, I'm going to have to ask you for a short continuance. Ms. Curry has indicated she would like to come and watch the video. She had an appointment for yesterday, but forgot when she made it. Yesterday was her son's birthday. So if you could give us a short continuance, we would appreciate it.
How about the 18th? Are you available? That's a Tuesday.
I think I'm here already then, Judge. I'm good.
Okay, February the 18th will be the next hearing for pretrial, 10 o'clock.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus James Gibson, case number CRB 2518, TRC 2533A and B. James Gibson.
Mr. Morford's case, pretrial.
If you think I need to. I would feel more comfortable if you had a chance to watch it.
Yes, sir, that's fine.
Okay. Judge, same.
You want to
I
say
didn't hear if we
the
could-
18th?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll continue this to the 18th also. February 18th will be the next hearing, pre-trial at 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good, sir.
State of Ohio versus Anderson Jew, case number CRB 24808.
More first case, pre-trial.
Hanging in there?
So far.
Yeah.
So far.
Glad to see you up and about again.
It's good to be.
Approach your honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
They never return her call, but that was what the report.
Minor misdemeanor, it's not gonna mess up in drug court.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, yeah, run that.
Josh says minor misdemeanor.
Mine was, it's in one.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
You okay? Judge, I believe we're going to have to change the plea.
What plea do you wish to enter?
I believe he's going to amend it.
We're going to amend to minor misdemeanor disorderly conduct. And the reason we're doing that is we've had a consultation with the people who run the drug court and common police court, and he's doing very well in the program. And they don't want to have a situation where this creates a probation violation. And given all the circumstances in this case, particularly because he's willing to pay the restitution to Goodwill, that we're okay with an amendment to a minor misdemeanor disorderly conduct.
So that's 29-17-11. So it's amended to the amended charge. How was
Guilty, Your Honor. We understand the amount of restitution to be $105 payable to Goodwill.
He'll pay it to the clerk. It'll be transferred.
Right.
Right, yeah.
All right, Mr. Jude, do you agree with your attorney? You wish to change your plea to the amended charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any statement you want to make?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, I'll impose a $50 fine on court costs. Order restitution of $105 to Goodwill be paid to the clerk. And
So I can pay the restitution today and the fine, like, next week, that'd be all right?
yeah, I'll put it on a review. We'll do level 5 probation with a review in August the 4th. You pay it before then, you don't have to come to that hearing.
Absolutely.
And you pay the restitution to the clerk and the fine court costs.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're all ready to go on the county jail.
Danny, I'll need to see Mr. Major about getting the judgment. All right, we're going to the jail.
State of Ohio versus Daniel K. Bullen, case number CRB 2564.
All right, Mr. Bullen was arraigned by me yesterday. He entered a guilty plea to the charge. And it's my understanding, we discussed, can you hear me okay, Mr. Bullen?
Can you repeat that, Your Honor?
Can you hear me? That's what I was.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You had entered a guilty plea yesterday to the charge of violating the protection order, and we talked about you going to treatment. It's my understanding that Amended Reeds was doing an assessment, but they decided you were not eligible to come there because, well, at least you would have to be private pay because of your income. You've got sufficient assets that you're not eligible for Medicaid, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I contacted, you are a veteran, so I contacted the Veterans Administration liaison, Ms. Rayburn, and they're willing to take you back. And it's going to be this week. Pull up my conversation. It would be Wednesday of next week before they could take you.
Okay, all right, that's not good. Let's just go with that, Your Honor. That's not good. Not good.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, is there anything else you want to tell me about this? Before I sentence you, anything else you want to tell me?
No, Your Honor, that's all.
Okay. Where were you living before this incident occurred? You were not living with your mother, correct?
No, Your Honor.
Were you living at the apartment 501 on County Road 411? In Perham?
No.
That must be an old address. That's the address I've got. What was your last physical address?
2722 Diane Avenue, apartment 5, in Huntington, West Virginia.
Okay, so what I'm going to do then, based on your prior guilty plea, I'm going to sentence you to 180 days in jail. I'm going to suspend, and that took place yesterday, your plea on the 6th. I'm going to suspend 174 days of jail. I'm going to order you released to the Veterans Administration on Wednesday, February the 12th, whenever they decide to pick you up. So I understand they will transport you from the jail to their facility in Spring Valley for treatment. And I'm going to order that you complete whatever treatment program they devise for you, which I understand is going to be at least 45 days.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to put you on probation, level 3 probation for 2 years. And just to make sure that things are going according to plan, I'm going to set you up for your first review hearing pretty quick on February 24th. And they may bring, it's up to them. They can either bring you to court, or if they want to put you on teleconference and I talk with you then. I just want to make sure you're in the facility, you're doing what you're supposed to, and things are going according to plan by February 24th. And I'll communicate that to Ms. Rayburn. And I think you know her, she is the liaison with the court, and she does a very good job keeping the court up to date as to what's going on with any veteran who's getting care or treatment at the facility there at Spring Valley. All right. Okay, any questions, Mr. Buell?
When I complete the program at VA, is the 174, is that mandatory, or is that a stipulation, or is it change, or how does that work?
I do not want you to go to jail. I'm holding that over your head. So I'm hoping, I'm hoping that, other than this initial time in jail, that's going to be it. That you don't go back to jail, that you go to treatment, that you get clean, that you stay clean. And you have the ability to do this. We've dealt with each other before. I know you can do it. The problem is always once you get out of treatment, then that's where the wheels come off. So we got to get you to the point where you can self-maintain. When you're on your own and making decisions, you got to make the right decisions.
Okay.
So that's what I want to see happen, but I'm going to use jail as a tool. If you mess up, I might put you back in jail, but I don't want you to mess up. I want you to do good. I want you to stay clean and stay alive, as we discussed yesterday. You're a young guy, you can live a lot longer, but if you get out on the street and keep using drugs, you're not going to live a long life, because there's fentanyl out there. Eventually, it's like playing Russian roulette. Eventually, you're going to spin the wrong chamber, and it's going to take you out. This is what's going to happen if you don't get clean.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you on the 24th, hopefully with a good report, and you're doing what you need to, which you always do. You always go to treatment and do really well. So, but, the thing that I believe is that you can do this. I know you can do it. And the longer you're in treatment, your brain is clean, and you start clearing out those cobwebs, the better the chances are you're going to stay clean. So we got to get some clean time first.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you on the 24th.
Okay, yes, sir.
I'll do a $200 fine, which I'll suspend if he completes treatment.
State of Ohio versus Ricky Sallards at the Lawrence County Jail. Case number CRB 2544, CRA 2545. Terrell Ross is on deck.
This is Mr. Smith's case, and it's set for pretrial.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Sowards has a holder out of Lincoln County.
Yes.
And this is one where a bond was set. He's been in for a while. I think the offer the state has made is to, if he would change his plea, they'd give him credit for time served. He's been in county jail. And I don't think there's a restitution amount yet that they've received. I guess they'd have to get one from OVP. But I don't know if that's, if Mr. Sowards, if that's something you'd want to do, and then you can go to Lincoln County.
Give me time served.
Give you time served. There's going to be a restitution amount at some point. We don't have the amount yet.
Taylor, do you have a restitution amount?
What is it?
It's OVP.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
It's not. I was thinking of this. It's OVP.
It's OVP.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's cool, man.
Okay, we're gonna find, before you say that, let's find out what the restitution amount is. It's from OVP. They don't have anybody here today, so let's see if we can get that. Then we'll finalize everything.
That's fine.
You'll have to waive extradition to go to Washington.
That's true.
And your understanding that, sir, part of this would be that you agreed to waive extradition and go to Lincoln County where there's a warrant for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll call you back.
Sign that today?
Well, probably. We're finding out what the restitution is.
Yeah, we just need to know how much the door, to fix the door is going to cost.
We'll get back with you after we get that information. So you'll be called back up later.
Today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Then I'll sign the extradition form.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
We'll do all that when you get recalled. You're going to be recalled back on the screen here in a few minutes, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Gerald R. Ross. Case number 2567 and 2566, A and B.
All right, sir, you're Gerald Ross.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ross, I'm Judge Capper, and I'm at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is in Chesapeake, Ohio. That's where your hearing is taking place, and you're actually in the courtroom today on a television monitor appearing, and your image and what you say is all being recorded. So you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, what you say is getting put on the record, so it can be used against you if you admit something about the case. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state of Ohio prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I'm going to go over the charges with you, just to make sure you understand them. You don't have to agree with them, but you need to understand them. So we've got 2566A and B. So the A case, 2566A, is aggravated possession of drugs. It's a felony of the 5th degree. And it alleges that you, on February the 5th, knowingly obtained or possessed or used methamphetamine. That's a Schedule II controlled substance, possession of which is a 5th degree felony. Maximum penalty for that is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. The B case is 66B. It alleges the same time and place you were also in possession of fentanyl-related compounds. That's also a felony 5. Maximum penalty is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. And then you've got a misdemeanor charge. In addition to those two charges, the misdemeanor is case number 2567. It alleges possession of drug paraphernalia. That on February 5th, knowingly use or possess drug paraphernalia, being a container that had drug substance inside it. That's a 4th degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. So you've got 3 charges you're facing. Do you understand the 3 charges, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you have a job?
No, sir.
You have no income then?
No, sir.
All right, I'm going to appoint Roger Smith. Is he still here? Roger Smith. Roger Smith, I'm in the court, please.
Sorry, I was out talking to a client, sorry.
Okay, I'm pointing to, this is Gerald Ross.
Yes, sir.
He has 2 felony drug-related charges, felony files, and a drug paraphernalia misdemeanor. I'm appointing you to represent him.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Speaker's back on that. I guess it was off. He's got a Chesapeake address. Is that correct? Private Drive, 1285, sir? Is that your address?
Yes, sir.
State's position on bond?
We would, okay, if he would be willing to be assessed and go to treatment,
Judge.
We would be okay with an OR bond to be released to treatment.
Bethesda has a bed available today if he's willing to do that.
Did you hear that, Mr. Ross?
Yes, sir.
Are you agreeable to going to treatment?
Yes, sir.
Have you been to treatment before?
Yeah, I sat curbside and left there. That's where I was at about a month or 2 ago.
Okay. Well, now you've got criminal charges, so it's a little different ballgame. Did you go there on your own, or were you court ordered to go?
I court ordered there.
What, by what court? You must have a court somewhere.
The ballot.
Okay, the bail's telling me he's got a common pleas parole violation holder, so I can't send you to treatment now if I wanted to, because you got a holder from common pleas court. So, Mr. Smith, who was your attorney with Judge Ballard? Do you remember?
I think it's the one that's sitting there beside the,
Mr. Morford?
yes.
Okay.
If you want to appoint Mr. Morford, that'd be fine.
Okay, we'll appoint Mr. Morford, since he represented you in common pleas. I'll appoint him on this. So we'll have to get Judge Ballard on board for you to go to treatment. Otherwise, you'll have to stay in the jail. And here's the other thing I would say. You're probably, if you do go, you're going to go with an ankle monitor now. And if you cut the ankle monitor, you're going to go straight to prison. Well, maybe not straight, but eventually you're going to go to prison. Everybody that's done it's going to prison. If you cut the ankle monitor, and that's the only way to get away. You got an ankle monitor on, they know exactly where you are at all times. So if you want to get away, you got to cut the ankle monitor, and that means going to prison.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that word.
Yeah, prison is, I've never been there, never even visited the prison, but I would think, I've visited the county jail, it's a place to avoid, kind of like hospitals. You don't want to go there unless you absolutely have to. Stay out of those places. So you're going to have to do your part, or that's where you're headed. You may be headed there anyway, because it's going to be up to Judge Ballard now. But since you left treatment. So why don't we put him, if you'll see Judge Ballard on Wednesday?
Yes, Ron.
Put him back on our docket for next Friday, the Valentine's Day, 14th. So that Judge Ballard can do what he wants to with you, I'm gonna give you a signature bond of $5,000. If he wants to send you to treatment, then he can, because I'm not gonna hold you up. But you may still be in the jail. If you are, I'll see you next Friday, the 14th. If you're out of jail, like at a treatment facility, you need to make sure they know you got a hearing in this court on the 14th, and you've got to get here or appear by teleconference. And these, you've got 2 felonies, so these are going down toward Ironton eventually anyway, or they could. So if you keep messing around and not doing what you're supposed to, you are going to go to prison, whether you cut the ankle monitor off. You know, you can't blow stuff off and think nothing's going to happen. You are going to go to prison if you keep acting like you have been. You understand me? And you don't have to. If you'll do what you're supposed to and go to treatment, I don't know what the charges are down in Common Pleas, but if it was drug related, you can probably go to treatment. If you do well, avoid going to prison. So, it seems like a no-brainer to me. Get clean or go to prison. Get clean. We'll see you on the 14th at 10 o'clock for a preliminary hearing.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Charlie, we have 2 other cases at Orange County Jail that we're not ready to recall.
Okay, we got a couple more cases we're going to come back to the jail for. We're not ready to do yet. So we'll come back here and start doing cases here. Then we'll go back to the jail later in the document.
State of Ohio versus Alexander Jones, case number CRP 24383.
It's Mr. Stratton's case, and it's for a pretrial. He's at RRS.
Yes.
It's a good report. Looks like things are going well.
Yes, yes, Your Honor. So we continue?
Continue. I'm back in approximately a month.
Yes.
Which there is a date for March 7th. We could look at that if you're available.
March 7th is good.
Okay, next hearing will be March 7th for preliminary hearing.
Good.
Or I'm sorry, it's a pretrial. March 7th for pretrial. 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Kaya Maynard, case number CRB 24478.
Maynard.
He was outside. He had his baby with him. So.
Okay. I do have the report already from the counseling center. Okay. And it's a good report.
Good.
How are you doing, Mr. Maynard?
Good, sir.
Good. Anything you want to tell me, or?
No.
Okay. Good report.
Yeah.
You can do this. I'm encouraged. You got a good report. Just keep working.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
So you got to see your little girl, right?
Yes.
Okay, so good. All right. When the tough things hit, just think about her. You're doing this. You got to do it for yourself, but you're doing it for her too. We talked about that before, right?
Yes, sir.
March 7th?
March 7th.
Okay, we'll see you in a month with another good report. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Keep it up.
State of Ohio versus Earl M. Colton, case number TRC 242528, A, B, and C.
Your Honor.
Mr. Stratton is the attorney here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Set for pretrial.
Your Honor, we just need to set this for another pretrial. There's some things I need to get from the prosecutor and talk to the prosecutor about. If we could set it for maybe the middle of March.
Okay. And there's time waiver for that?
Yes, we'll wait time. A Friday would be best.
Okay. March 14th?
Perfect, Your Honor.
March 14th, the next hearing, 10 o'clock.
Okay. All right, we're good, man.
You'll call me?
Okay. All right, see you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And I'm sorry for getting up when you were talking.
No problem.
State of Ohio versus Jordan White, case number CRB 24565.
Your Honor, Jordan is
here.
There she is. So I just sent you her report from Cedar Oaks by text message. She's due March 12th. Her, is that your caseworker? Is that who that is?
Yeah, that's
Did you text it to me, or?
Yeah, I texted it to you. I screenshot it and texted it to you.
Sorry, they just sent it this morning.
Yes.
Oh, okay, it's from Southern Oak.
No, that's another one.
Okay, that's the last one I've got. Overlooking that.
Should be one.
Okay, I'm sorry, it was earlier this morning.
Yeah, it's earlier this
I've
morning.
gotten a bunch of reports since.
I'm sorry. But she's doing well there. She actually completes there next week. And then she's going to go and,
Where is the Cedar Oaks? I'm not familiar with it.
It's in Lebanon, right above Cincinnati,
Okay.
out in the middle of the forest.
Well, okay, I was concerned about you because it's a small town. I'd heard there had been a problem since you left the bluff, so I didn't know if that was correct or not.
there was, Your Honor, that's the reason she went to Cedar Oaks.
Yeah, I relapsed on New Year's Eve on alcohol. And so I checked in January 4th.
Okay. And I feel pretty safe on asking this question. It's one that I swore I wouldn't ask in the past after being burned. But what's your due date?
My due date they changed it to April 9th.
Okay.
But I know that they want to go at 36 or 37 weeks.
That'll be the.
I thought that it was in the record that you were expecting, and I've asked that question before, and people said, I'm not pregnant. So
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely pregnant with twins. They're low right now.
So they're thinking maybe around the 12th or 19th if they decide to take.
Yeah, well, that's what they had said. My high-risk doctor over at Cabell said 37 weeks. So I did the math, and it's going to be March 12th or 19th-ish.
Okay.
And I've been going to...
You're going to come back here for the delivery, or what?
Yeah. I should be done next week.
She's done with Cedar Oaks next week, Your Honor. Okay. So she'll be done with that.
Then where are you going to be living?
I just got my own apartment in January, so I have that ready. And then Dr. Alshami, my psychiatrist, is actually used to be the head psychiatrist at Cedar Oaks. That's who I see now. I'm going to continue to see Max at Oasis and then do just like addiction counseling there as well. And then I know that the discharge guy at Cedar Oaks is looking for something virtual for me to do because it's going to be a little more difficult to...
Yeah, I mean, as I recall, I'm going from memory here, I didn't make a note of this, but I think you're having twins?
Yeah, twin boys.
Okay, so you're going to need some help. Have we got something in place to help?
Yeah, I've got a lot of people helping me. I've got a great support team.
Okay. All right. Sounds like we've got a plan in place, so.
She does.
Yeah, I mean, I slipped up.
Maybe we want to come back before, a month or so, a month?
Well, maybe that's 7th.
March 7th?
March 7th.
Just make sure things are still on course?
Yeah.
We're not having a jury trial that day, we are still having a bench trial.
Oh, okay.
Unless that changes, which I've not been told that it's changed.
Okay.
So we may still want to keep it lighter.
All right, how about the 14th?
The 14th Yeah, that'll,
of March.
yeah, well,
Is that getting close?
That's
Right in the middle.
super close. It could be March 9th or
Okay.
12th or 19th, sorry.
you can do the.
We can still do the 7th. Judge Landefeld can walk the line in until we get this done. March 7th.
If I have any issues, like with mobility or preeclampsia,
Yeah, that's great stuff. So
it's high blood pressure.
State of Ohio versus Emily H.
Thank
Smith.
you.
Case number CRA 2560
All right.
and CRB 23627.
And I sent you, that's the Southern Hope stuff, Your Honor, that I sent you.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, Emily.
Josh.
Sure. Okay.
You want to do this now, right?
Yes.
We didn't talk about this. I didn't know this was coming. Yeah, she was just served.
File number 4. Yeah, I didn't recognize her name. Well, let's set it for a preliminary and we'll talk about it. I'll have to find out.
All right.
I just saw the new chart and she hasn't been arraigned on that.
No, I didn't even know about it, so we'll waive reading of the complaint, Your Honor. Ask to be set for a prelim. Ask that she'd be allowed to sign her own bond on it.
Yeah. And her, so it looks like she's making some progress at Southern Hope.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, does she have, do you still have an ankle monitor on or is it off?
No, sir.
Okay.
That's what this was for ledger. Didn't say anything about it, but that's what the allegation was. Don't worry about that. So we'll waive any time on the prelim, any time issues on the prelim, Your Honor. And just ask it be set for a prelim and.
About the 28th.
28th?
You're already here then?
Yeah.
February 28th?
Yeah.
Okay, both matters that Ms. Smith had before the court are scheduled for February 28th, the preliminary hearing in 2560 and pre-trials on 23/6/27. February 28th.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, she can sign a $2,000 signature on the new charge. With the further condition that you stay in treatment.
Yes, I don't think that's an issue, Your Honor. Okay, all right, I'll see you on the 28th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Caitlin Moore, case number CRA 24243, CRB 24244, CRB 24337.
Mr. Morford's case set for pre-trial.
I know, but she's not.
So, okay, so she did found guilty of the felony charge. Correct. But she hasn't been sentenced.
Yeah, that's the 26th. On the 26th, they'll have a letter, not a letter, letter paperwork from my children. She was found not guilty of assault charges. And my children was the assault. They just going to go to their lawyer. So I'm just going to left letter to Judge Ballard. Hopefully he will use it.
They can't do that. The assault is done.
Oh, just, I know, just,
Yeah.
and I think to,
So at the sentencing hearing, you can't even bring up the assault.
Here's what, I don't know what her punishment's gonna be.
separate day, separate thing. A week later, it gets, it was a thing, she did it.
Okay, so what? She's going to these charges, these charges is going to be the same as what she's on. Approach, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Yes, that's probably what that says.
Do you want this recalled or?
Don't take that.
If they just plug in the air tag, they can see who it's registered to, and it's not mine. I knew where he lived. Why would I need to do that?
Okay, or do you want to plead guilty, not guilty of it?
Yeah, not guilty. All they have to do is hook it into something, and they can see it's not mine.
Let's recall this, why don't you talk with her?
Yes, Judge.
We're going to call some other cases, then you can take a break to go talk with her.
Okay, thank you, John.
State of Ohio versus Michael Poe, case number CRB 25-1. Michael Poe.
Mr. Morford, this one's still your case.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear it.
Michael Poe, set for pretrial, and he has a bond up. It's an M1 theft from Truth Pharmacy. He's not appeared. So there will be a warrant issued, and I'll notify Mr. Sowers, who posted the bond, but he did not appear today. Yeah, set a bond forfeiture for the 28th.
Thank you, Judge.
Well, I think you got enough, you got any more? Okay, that's it, so you can.
Thank you.
Go talk to Ms. Moore.
It doesn't look like it, does it? Don't say. It's good. Phew. Should just take control and say, look. And you may have to do that.
State of Ohio recalls Christopher Casella, case number TRC 242500, TRD 242490. Mr. Tyler Smith's case.
Sorry about that.
This is 24 TRC 2490 and 2520.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that Mr. Hill talked with Carl Bowen at the Adult Probation Office, and I believe that he does have the ability to work while on GPS, so I'm not sure how many days it actually would be on GPS. I know that since it's the first offense, it would have to be, or should be
Well, we're
less
kind of
than.
making this up as we go along.
I understand.
There's not a mandatory one.
Correct.
Until you get to a second offense. There's not even a provision for that, but we can do that if the state agrees with it, because they're the only ones that could appeal.
Right. Don't know what the state's recommendation as far as days are, but
I would think somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 days would be appropriate.
What I was thinking.
the defense would be agreeable to that too, Your Honor. So he would change his plea. It is a OVI first offense.
Right, Zach, you're correct, Mr. Casella, you wish to change your plea to guilty?
Yes, sir.
You have a right to make a statement to the court if you want to. Do you have any statement you want to make?
No, sir.
I'll accept your plea. I'll impose a $600 fine. Order you to pay court costs. You get a 6-month license suspension. It started the day of the offense, so you've got some time in on your suspension already.
Okay.
I'll give you a 20-day jail sentence, and I'll suspend it on the condition that you do 5 days community service, serve 2 years of level 4 probation.
Okay.
Do 10 days of electronic home monitoring, which you'll have to pay for.
Okay.
And that's because your test score was high. It wasn't extremely high over the high test score level, which is 170, but it was still over.
Okay.
I'll give, yeah, he does have to go to the driver intervention program. And he did have proof of insurance, so I'll give him driving privileges to work, community service. What else does he need it for? Is there any other driving privileges you need?
No, that's it. Just work, pretty much.
Okay. You'll get that from Mr. Major. Then there was, what was the CRD case? That was,
Is that going to get just to his next review hearing?
yeah, and I'll set his next review hearing for May 16th. So I'm giving you a permit till then. I think your suspension is up pretty close to that in June. So review hearing will be May 16, 9 o'clock.
Under a stop size, the only other case I have, but
I thought there was a CRD. It's a TRD, 2490. That was a stop sign. $10 fine on that. And there was another car involved. Did you turn that in on your insurance, sir?
But I'm sorry?
Did you turn in the accident on your insurance?
Yeah, I think my wife called.
Okay.
I'm sorry, on the stop sign, it shows no proof of insurance.
I think it did. Because I was in between the jobs. I ain't, to be honest with
Different
you.
dates, or, because on one it's showing proof of insurance. Are they different dates or the same?
I think they're the same date, Your Honor. That was the,
December 5th, that's the,
Is that last guy?
it's the same day.
I think tell me had insurance.
Just go ahead and show proof on the stop sign too, because he marked yes on the OBI that he had proof of insurance. Okay, you'll need to see Mr. Major before you leave about your probation, and you're free to go.
Thanks,
He'll
sir.
be back here May 16th for a review hearing.
Okay, thank you.
He'll get you set up for your home monitoring too, so you talk to him about that. Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Martin H. Vinegar, case number CRA 24633, regarding the set for preliminary hearings, Mr. Holt's case.
I'm just made for
Preliminary hearing. Mr. Vinegar is at RS. It's a good report.
Thanks, sir.
Your Honor, I believe we had discussed potentially putting Mr. Vinegar on QRT if he can start it off well. I think we've had probably 3 good reports of this point.
Yes. Safe, agreeable with that.
Are you suggesting that we would volley the charge?
And let him do the QRT, or that's something, we discussed that, there was no agreement, we had discussed it, I felt in a positive manner.
Have you talked to Megan about that?
I think I have.
I mean, I'd like to know whether they would accept him or not.
Well, there might, I think, actually, now that you say that, I think there might have been something that was prohibited.
If you want to discuss it for the next hearing.
Yeah, that reminded me of something, Your Honor, so.
Either she was here today, or she was at our municipal yesterday, because I remember seeing her recently, but I don't know if it was today.
She was there yesterday.
Okay. But she's not here now. Okay.
I think we may want to stay what we're doing, I think. I do think you spoke to Megan, didn't you? So we would need to keep it on the track it's on, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, good. Toward the end of March, what's your schedule, Mr. Holt?
Would the 24th or the 31st work, Your Honor?
Yeah, either one, you pick.
Let's do the 31st, Your Honor.
March 31st will be the next hearing.
Mondays, okay.
Preliminary hearing, 10 o'clock. Good job, sir, keep it up.
Thank you. Sir?
State of Ohio versus Michael Johnson, case number CRA 24834, CRB 24323. Roger Smith and Mr.
Okay. Johnson's here, and I do have a report from the council.
Your Honor, we're set on sentencing. There was supposed to be a restitution issue. I think that's not an issue anymore, and I think we can get that sentencing done today.
Okay. That's on CRB 24323.
What was the other case?
The other one is CRA 24824 and 24825, which is a CRB.
It's his dad, Michael Johnson.
I believe the state's not asking for restitution now. There's no restitution.
Okay, no, is it, you confirm that there's not going to be restitution on the 24/3/23?
Well, we're told there's somebody here that may have something to do with the restitution, but it's not his father who would be the person who would be the complainant.
I'm his dad's wife. Oh.
If you want to come back and talk to the prosecutor. This was actually for some sort of utility services.
Yeah, there's an evidentiary issue there with that, though, so we'll see what they say. Give that to Roger.
Told him about it.
Won't speak too much about it, just tell him generally what it is.
Yeah, I already told him a little bit about it. Yes.
Okay. Pro charge.
Yes.
There's no restitution, we will be done.
Okay.
So we're not going down today, but we come back.
Well, he wants to do a grand jury.
No, see,
Okay, so I saw him.
so he's not going to play to
He's already played.
Judge, I've run that by, as far as my cases go with Mr. Johnson, he referred to waive this matter to grand jury. I assume they'll take both together. I think there is a misdemeanor and a felony.
Yeah, the roads have the same incident, so, does he want to waive then?
He does, Judge. He will issue a waiver, or execute a waiver.
And then,
Okay, we'll need to sign a waiver.
and then we're set for sentencing on my case, so.
Does that misdemeanor with the knowledge of the grand jury, Mr. Hill?
Yes.
24/8/25?
24,825, they'll be nolly. 24,824 is going to be waived.
Yeah, we'll get in touch. May I approach you on?
Yes.
What's a telephone? He's been told like I
All right, I'll accept the waiver. The felony 824 will be bound over to the grand jury on the waiver. And is there a bond up on that?
Judge, there was a $3,500 cash surety bond, but once he was arrested, I think it was converted to an OR bond, he went to treatment. So you didn't actually post a cash surety bond, did you? I think we amended that when he was arrested and he was in jail, he went.
Okay, 3,500 signature bond, let's have him sign, because I don't see one in the bond on 24,824, and that'll be transferred to the town police court. So he's already pled on 24,323, and that's set for sentencing today.
It is.
And also make a condition of his bonds that he remain in treatment at the counseling center. What's going to be recommended on the 24,323?
Your Honor, as part of that, we want him to complete his treatment at counseling center. Our recommendation would be 30 days in jail with 20 days suspended.
Your Honor, I ask that all that time be suspended. The state's merely trying to recoup the days on the felony, which has been bound over, so.
Well, let's get to, is the lady here still here, or is she leaving this?
She's still here.
Okay. Ma'am, if you would come up. And can you identify yourself?
Yeah, my name's Amanda Johnson.
Amanda Johnson. So it was your residence, as I understand it, was alleged that the theft occurred from where you.
Yeah, it's his father's.
Okay.
It's a estate.
Oh, he's deceased?
Yeah. No, it's the estate of his grandmother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Mike's over top of it.
Okay, he's the administrator,
Yes.
executor of that
Yeah.
estate. So he's entered a plea to that charge, and now I'm considering sentencing. Do you have anything that you want to say about the incident occurred that was some time ago,
Yeah.
last May?
His dad feels like he's been in a lot of trouble and just, it's going to be hard for him to get his life back on track, with his records, so whatever you guys recommend.
Okay, so I'm
Sorry,
going
Kate.
to assume, maybe you can verify this, a lot of the problems that he's had has been because of substance use.
Yes.
And has he been in treatment before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Has it ever been successful before?
I think so. Depends on who
Time
comes around
periods.
him. It just depends on who comes around him. Friend-wise.
Wrong people hanging out with?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was doing good with his life until he got shot in Huntington. And it's just been downhill since then.
Okay, when did that happen?
That happened,
2022.
yeah, 2022.
Was there a criminal charge over that against someone, or?
Yeah, Anthony Curry.
Yes.
Okay, what happened on that?
He got wanton endangerment, 2 counts.
Yeah, tried to steal his car.
Okay.
And they had
Is this somebody that you knew, or
No.
a stranger?
No stranger.
Okay. Mr. Shea.
Your Honor, I just asked for suspended time. I think the state was talking about some jail time that included the other case. I don't think it's appropriate here for the state to recoup that jail time just because he waived the other case. So I asked for suspended time. He's still in treatment. If the court could consider that.
Okay. So ma'am, this is what I'm taking from what you're telling me is the main thing that you and his father would like to see is for him to get clean.
Yes, yes, because he was doing excellent without.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell me that I didn't ask you about?
No.
All right, so what I'm going to do, has he served any jail time on this, or already had jail time?
I've been to jail, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on this or on the other case.
You revoked my bond a couple times, and I've been
Apparently, yes.
7 days, and then another time back in, I think, 12 days or so.
Okay. I'm going to send you to 180 days in jail. And I'll give you credit for 19 served. And so I'll suspend 161 days, if my math is correct, in my strong suit. 161 days, order you to continue in treatment at the counseling center, complete that treatment. Do you all want to kind of order for him to stay away, or not necessary? Okay. Main thing is for you to get clean. So any violations, you're subject to going to jail on this. You understand?
I understand.
Okay, and I'll set since he is in treatment, I'm going to keep tracking him on his treatment and how he's doing. So we'll come back in about a month and he'll give me a report on how that's going. So let's make it March 7th. I know you're already, well, you don't have to be here for that, but it's going to be a review.
Yeah, it's
March 7th, though, so it'll be exactly 1 month. And Mr. Charb is pretty good about telling me anyway, so if you mess up, he doesn't hesitate to call me or text me and let me know what people are doing or not doing at the counseling center, so.
Right, was that without community service, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, let's do 30 hours community service too. Mr. Hill.
Well, Your Honor, I've had some time to think about that other situation. If it's not too late, what we would do on that is just go with the misdemeanor here, and instead of taking it to the grand jury, we can have a trial here about it, if you'd rather do that.
Okay, so you want to nolly the felony and just keep the, because you got two, you got a telecommunication harassment that's a felony and one that's a misdemeanor.
Yeah, and I think that it's the same facts, so I want to make sure that our alleged victims are okay.
She's right behind her.
You okay to do that? Have the case here. Yeah, I think if we can do that, I think it'd be.
We could set it up for a pretrial then, Judge. He's got some stuff he wants me to look at, and we can.
We'll make it, so the CRA case number is getting null, 24-824. We're keeping 24-825, and we'll just set it for a pretrial on that March 7th day.
March 7th.
He has a review hearing on the case he just got convicted on, or got sentenced on, and pretrial on 24-825, March 7th at 10 o'clock.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Stephen E. McGinnis, case number CRA 24-808 and CRB 24-18 and CRC 24-2578 and B.
Attorney Roger Smith's case, preliminary hearing and pretrial. He's at Shawnee.
May I approach that?
Yes. Thank you. Good report.
Just anybody. Well, you could see him in Conway Police Court.
Your Honor, we have got, the drug test results came back on the felony charge. We don't have the urinalysis results on the alleged OVI. It was, I think, right before Christmas. If we could come back on March 7th, I think the state will have them by then. I anticipate we will wrap it up, but I do want to go over the results before we do a plea.
Well, I've been scolded for saying.
Well, I've got other dates, Judge, if that's not a good one.
How about the 10th or the 14th?
Let's see. And those are both bad. I've got the 3rd, 7th, 21st, 24th.
21st.
I can do that, thank you.
March
Sure, we'll be
21st
back
will
by
be the
then.
next hearing, preliminary hearing and pretrial.
Okay, this is the DIP school you wanted. Yeah, that's what's getting confused. Yeah, thank you so much. At 10 a.m.? 10 a.m.
State of Ohio versus Angel Rule, case number CRA 24616.
Okay, yeah, oh. Okay. Yeah. Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes.
We can continue and get the video, I can look at it.
I believe one of the statements of the video will show exactly that. As I explained. Okay.
So, I mean, they need to give it, it looks like it was put on a flash drive.
Well, and this is a preload, so therefore, further, so the state will evidence. In this case,
It's on the wrong way of time.
Keep it here, press. All right, the state's agreeing to turn over the video evidence to the defendant in exchange for that. Defendant's going to waive time and agree that the case stay in this court while it's being looked at. Is that a fair summary, Mr. Stratton?
Yes, Your Honor, we don't
Come
even,
back for another preliminary hearing.
we don't even believe this rises to the level of a felony, but the state's willing to leave it here, deal with it here, and provide evidence as if it's a misdemeanor.
All right, so how long do you think it'll take to get the video? Is it something-
Well, I don't know where the video is coming from, but I would imagine no longer than 2 weeks in the event.
Should be from.
Maybe from the sheriff.
It's coming from the sheriff's office.
Yeah, so that should not be a problem. In fact, here's some video right, yeah, here's a Ring doorbell video right here. So we have it already. We can get a copy very quickly.
You want to put it on the 14th or the 21st? Friday, okay. Okay.
The 21st will be better.
Okay.
So that 2 weeks. February 21st will be the next hearing.
And we'll get this worked out.
It'll be on the docket as a preliminary.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You are.
All right, you're good.
State of Ohio versus China R. Scott, case number CRA 24265. Mr. Norton's case. Simon Scott.
And is she on teleconference? I had made a note she could appear by teleconference. I don't see her. Is China Scott here?
I'm here. I've done it.
It says Teresa's set. All right, this is set, and it's on the docket as a preliminary hearing. And she has been in treatment with Chesapeake Healthcare Center. Where are you located, Ms. Scott?
I'm in Charleston. I go to Chesapeake Healthcare Center.
Okay, so that's, yeah, I see it now. I was thinking, well, Chesapeake is not too far from here. We're in Chesapeake, but you're in Chesapeake, West Virginia, so.
Yeah.
On Corporal Avenue.
Would you want me to email my letter from them?
Yeah, well, email, fax, whatever, we need to get some kind of report.
Okay. I can send that today.
Can you send it like now?
Well, they didn't have it ready yesterday, so I have to go to pick it up, which I was going to do as soon as we get off the phone. Or I could just call them and have them fax it to you.
That would probably be the quickest, wouldn't you think, Judge?
Yes.
Would you mind doing that, ma'am?
So you're in outpatient treatment then, is that correct?
Yes, outpatient, but yeah, I can give them a call as soon as we're done and have them fax it to you.
This case has been going on since May of 2024. So we need to.
Your Honor, could I make a statement?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going for a new job, a better job, and I've done all the tests and my CPR and everything, and I have to turn in my application Monday and do fingerprinting, and I'm scared that with these charges that my background won't come back good.
Yeah, that's a possibility. What's the state's position on this? This is a felony possession that's been around for about a year. So
If we had one more report from her counseling agency to show that she's made good progress, it might be a situation where we could move to go ahead and dismiss the charges. But I don't know that we're going to have that report today.
Oh, I can call them now and have them send it right over if you all can give me a fax number.
Okay, what's the, I don't know what the fax number is. 867-3547 with an area code of 740.
Okay, 740.
867-3547.
Okay, do you want me to call them real fast and have them fax it and then get back on?
If you're trying to get something done today.
Yes.
If not, I'm going to reschedule for another date in the future.
I could call them and have them do it now and then just get back on if that's okay.
That'll be fine.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Caitlin Moore, case number CRA 24243, CRB 24244, CRB 24337.
All right, this case has been recalled since Mr. Morford and Ms. Moore had a chance to talk.
Yes, Your Honor. We're going to ask for a bench trial, excuse me.
Okay. So that's going to be, is there 2 misdemeanors to be tried? Because there was 1 felony that went to the grand jury, and I on the common pleas. Then I've got 24337, it's a misdemeanor charge, and that is violation protection order. And then 24244 is a misdemeanor, and that is the menacing stalking charge. So we're trying both of those?
Yes, Your Honor.
And together? Okay.
Please.
I do have a question, though. We approach Sean.
Yes.
Trying to give you plenty of exercise.
I can cancel physical therapy, I think.
It's good for you.
I'm giving them all of that. Again, don't expect me to run my clients or act my clients.
July the 4th, you have until then.
Can I be excused for this?
October 21st.
If it was just the violation of protection, that should it was just the violation of protection.
We just need to get a date.
What would be your
This is Arraignment. I told him just set up for the restitution.
usually to violation of protection. You'll get the same thing as you run in together with the
Even though I don't feel like I did, he's the one that came to my house. But
If you didn't do it, then
I didn't do it.
let's proceed with our
Okay,
jury
I haven't done anything.
trial. Bench trial.
I understand that.
Okay, so I can hear that. You want to just pick a hearing date?
Please, Judge.
Is there any time issues?
I don't believe so.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. No, it has nothing to do with it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Time issues, this case has been pending for quite some time. There have been some time waivers. We'd asked for a time waiver until the date of the trial.
I don't have a problem doing that, Judge.
Okay. Well, let's pick a date then. So the 24th would work, the 24th of February. That's a Monday. There's no trial set that day.
That's good here, Your Honor.
Mr. Peel.
What's the date on that, Your Honor?
24th, Monday the 24th for trial.
Yes. Is that all right? Yes, Your Honor.
Works. Okay, I'm going to set the two misdemeanor charges for February 24th for trial, and that'll be to the bench at noon on that day.
Get an appointment, come in so we can work on this. Thank you, Your Honor.
So I'll be getting with you to talk
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Samantha Nelson, case number CRB 2962.
Okay, this is on the docket as an expungement.
We've reviewed that, Your Honor. We're not opposed to it.
Do you have a judgment entry prepared?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Do you have a judgment entry prepared? Granting these, did you do this yourself, ma'am?
Yes, I did. I called the Ohio State. They helped me with it.
Well, you need to call them back and say, okay, the judge is going to grant my motion. I need to present a judgment entry to the court granting my motion. So hopefully they'll help you draft one.
Okay.
Okay, they just said that's all I needed to do, that's all they told me that I needed to do.
Okay.
So I just need to.
Granting your motion, but you'll
Okay.
have to present a judgment entry. That's what lawyers would do. They would present a judgment entry to the court.
I don't know, they just said that's all I needed, that,
Well, they told you wrong. Call back and tell them the judge said you needed to present a judgment entry
Okay.
granting my motion.
and what do I need to do with that? Just bring it back
to
here?
the clerk's office.
Okay,
or
all right.
Mailed in, however you get it here.
Okay.
It needs to be physically delivered to the court.
Okay, all right.
And, well, first, it actually has to go to the prosecutor's office first, so they can sign off on it, that they approve it, and then it'll come to me and I'll sign it. So prosecutor's office on you can,
Just a judgment entry, is that what it is?
judgment entry,
Okay.
granting your motion.
Okay.
It needs to be presented to the prosecutor and then to the court.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Joshua Garbison, case number TRC 24746. Your Honor, is set for sentencing, and Mr. Garbison will.
All right. This is Mr. Holt's case, it's set for sentencing.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Treatment update, also I have union evidence. I have a paper form of his AA attendance since the first of the year. He's attended 12 sessions since the first of the year. So I did provide that to Mr. Hill in an email form, text form.
This is on a second offense, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This is the gentleman who was here for work for, I believe, just 2 or 3 months. He travels really throughout the country doing railroad repair and infrastructure work. He lives in Missouri, but he's rarely there.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sentencing. I'm taking a new tact on these. I'm not going to delay sentencing on these cases any longer. Because we're, as I said, opening the floodgates of this. So he's required to do counseling in any event. So let's hear what you're recommending.
Well, Your Honor, and I've looked at well, I guess if we're just going to talk about the sentencing as it would be under the circumstances and what's charged, it's a second offense, so it requires 10 days in jail at least. So we would ask for that and a year license suspension, and we take no position on the amount of the fine or any other sanctions.
All right, Mr. Holt.
That's completely contrary to what the whole arrangement was, Your Honor. When discussing this case, Mr. Garbison was never going to return to this area. He has no reason to. He's never been here other than for work. He's already experienced, he has a CDL from the state of Missouri that's already been canceled. He cannot even reapply for it for 2 years. That has resulted in significant consequences at work. He's been lucky to maintain his employment, which is a very good job, Your Honor.
We're not opposed to a delay of the imposition of any sentence that the court imposes today to allow him to complete a treatment. And I was going to say, and I stopped myself, that it looked like the AA meetings, it looked like that record, it looked authentic to me, it didn't look made up. And he's done some other treatment that he's provided some reports for. So I don't know whether that's sufficient at this point. We want to make sure that he obtains lasting recovery.
That was our plan, Your Honor. And he's had to actually not that would affect sentencing. He's had to pay for the telehealth counseling out of pocket. It's been a significant expense for him as well. I was actually very surprised at the cost even though he does have insurance, it was not covered through his employer's insurance. Our hope was to allow him to go on to probation, show that he is continuing to address the issue he has since it's occurred. I agree and acknowledge this is a very, very unique situation where he's has no reason to ever come here again. He's constantly in travel. I'm not even sure where he's at now. I know that he was in Wisconsin and then Minnesota the last time I spoke with him, and I believe he may have been going to one of the Dakotas. But so he's had to he's went out of his way to he's going to AA meetings in different locations wherever he's at and maintain the telehealth treatment since he's been stopped. Since we've started litigating this case, Your Honor. So we'd ask for a suspended jail sentence, an accelerated fine considering or raised fine, however you want to describe it, given that we're going the treatment route, and the 1-year suspension.
All right, Mr. Garbison, you have a right to make a statement to the court if you wish to. Do you have anything you want to say?
I just want to continuing AA meetings, continuing the telehealth that I've been doing. The month of December was I was actually home. We were snowing the majority of the time, so I was able to maintain what I could through telehealth. I plan on, regardless of where I'm at, maintaining at least 3 or 4 sessions of AA a week, depending on scheduling and meeting times. I appreciate that opportunity, and I'm trying hard to do what you guys are asking.
Okay, well, let me just give you some background on what the law is and my thinking on this. I mean, the legislature, as I'm sure it is in Missouri where you live, makes the law. I don't make the law. I took an oath to enforce the law. So the law in Ohio is on a second offense, there's mandatory jail time, mandatory substance use treatment, and that's the minimum is 10 days in jail on a second offense, and if the jail's overcrowded, which I can say that is true, 5 days in jail and 18 days of electronic home monitoring is the minimum sentence. So what we have done, slipped into, is letting people go to treatment with the idea that they were going to try to get out of going to jail. The problem that I have with that is that, every case is unique, and maybe the first couple there was some reason for not looking because of the person's situation. But the law in Ohio makes no exceptions. It doesn't matter if you live in Missouri, Hawaii, Russia, South America. It doesn't make a difference where you live as far as what I'm supposed to do on your sentence. So you not being here really is not relevant to what the sentence should be. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and give you the sentence required, and I'm going to delay the imposition of the jail time. But I'm going to require it, because here's what was happening. We would wait and let people go to treatment for months and months and months, and then say, okay, well, we're not going to give you jail time. Give them a fine, some community service. Then they blow off the fine and community service. They don't do it. They've already got out of the jail time, so they're not doing any of the other stuff. So I'm going to put the onus on you. I'm going to give you the sentence, and it's going to have community service, it's going to have fines, and it's going to be required you continue with your treatment. And I'll tell you, I'm just not that impressed with what you've done on treatment. I've got reports, for instance, December 23rd, it basically says you're over this, you don't really feel like, I'm paraphrasing, that you feel like it's fair, that you drinking's not really a problem, and you're only going like once a month. For January 6th, you didn't go then, that was snow, and then the next time you went was January 20th. So, you're gonna need to step up, because I want to be convinced, if I'm not gonna give you any jail time, that this isn't happening anymore. This is a second offense, so to me, your statement that this isn't a problem is not true. I mean, we know statistically, look, are you telling me the only 2 times you've ever drank and drove a vehicle is the 2 times you got caught? I ain't buying that. We know statistically people don't get stopped most of the time they drink and drive. So, and you're not a young chicken. I mean, you've been out and about for a while. It's not like you're 21 years old. You're saying, Judge, first 2 times I ever drank and drove, I got caught. I ain't buying that. So I want to make sure wherever you are, Missouri, wherever you're working, you're not going to be a danger to yourself or other people that are out on the highway. That you got this thing under control. It's not going to happen anymore. And so far, I'm not convinced of that. I'm only convinced that you don't want to go to jail. Nobody does. Here's the other thing I can do. If you don't do this stuff, and I order you to go to jail, and you say, well, I'm not going back to lie, and I'll blow it off, I'll just put a block on your license, which Missouri will honor. And you won't be able to get a license. Now, if you want to keep driving without a license, that's fine. But you won't have a license. So here's going to be the fun. Here's going to be what you're going to get. Because it's a second offense, I'm going to give you an $800 fine. You need a pretty high fine because it is a second. I'm going to order you to pay the court costs. It's $125. I'm going to give you a 3-year license suspension. If you complete everything, I'll reduce it down to 1 year. I'm going to give you 30 days in jail, and I'll suspend 20 on the conditions you do the other stuff that I'm going to order you to do. There'll be 2 years of probation.
How many days in jail, sorry?
30 days in jail, 20 suspended, just like you said, it's fine. 2 years of, we'll make it level 4 probation. And you can say at a time determined by the court. 10 days of jail reporting at a time determined by the court. So I'm not sentencing you to go to jail right now. I'm going to let you prove to me that you don't deserve to go to jail or need to go to jail. And if I do that, if I don't make you go to jail, I'm defying what the Ohio legislature says it is my sworn duty to do. So you're asking for a lot to not get jail time. So what I'm going to do is set you up for review hearings, and then I need some reports with what you're doing on treatment. Treatment is mandatory on a second offense. I'm ordering you to seek substance use counseling and furnish proof of that to the court. And I'm going to order you to do 60 hours of community service. So that here would be 10 days. So you can do it since you don't live here. You don't have to do it at the court. Any legitimate charitable organization on their letterhead, but not somebody that you know, not some relative or friend. It's got to be Salvation Army, Red Cross, Big Sister, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, something like that, and on their letterhead where you volunteered 60 hours of time. And this is all got to be done before I'm going to suspend the jail time. So let's do your first review hearing in 2 months and give you some time to work on it. And I need a good contact, because I'm going to have the probation officer get in touch with you. Do you have a number where you can be reached?
Yes, sir. You ready for it?
Yes, sir.
573-592-9228.
What about an email address?
Josh@garrison@gmail.com.
Josh@Garbison@gmail.
That's a at sign after Josh?
Yes.
Never heard that.
No, Josh dot Hardison.
Okay, Josh.Garbison@gmail.com. Okay. That makes more sense.
I apologize.
That's fine. Okay, so I'll have Mr. Major probably send you a copy of your judgment entry emailed to you, and he's going to be your contact person with the court. And I'll have him send that to you. I'm going to set your, excuse me, April 7th, so that's exactly 2 months, will be your first review hearing, 9 o'clock, and you need to get me some more records in on your treatment and your community service. Of course, it'll show, if you make payments on your fines or pay it off, that'll be in the record and I'll see it. Do you have any questions what you got to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Einar Smith, case number CRA 24621.
This is Mr. Smith's case, set for sentencing.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I don't know if you have an updated report from WP.
I do not. December 5th is the last one.
Okay, he does have one from January 23rd.
Got
that may approach.
Yes.
And my next appointment's actually here at 1 o'clock, so.
Here at court?
No, for OVP, it's at 1 o'clock, so here in like 45 minutes.
Okay. In Proctorville, or is it?
Yeah, Proctorville.
You should be able to make it.
Oh, yeah. I was just
SA's compliant.
I was just letting you know that's why there's that gap from the 23rd to now. It's because my next appointments, we're doing every 2 weeks now.
Mr. Hill.
I guess he's still engaged in the counseling.
He completed inpatient at the end of November, and then he's been doing outpatient.
Yep.
He's now down to every bi-weekly.
Yep.
So we probably want to get another report to make sure that he's followed through completely.
April 7th? 2 months?
That's fine, Your Honor.
April 7th will be the next hearing, and it'll be on the docket as sentencing.
State of Ohio recalls Amanda Henson, case number CRB 256, A and B.
Okay, it's a clean screen, good. You're probably in the 20% pile. 80% are dirty. I'm just guessing, but a lot are dirty. Okay, anything else that you want to add or say before I do the sentencing?
No, Your Honor, just suspended time.
All right, I'll pay $100 fine, court costs. 10 days in jail suspended. 30 hours community service, 2 years of level 5 probation. Order to stay out of Walmart, which I think you already had that.
Yeah.
And that's all Walmart. Review hearing is August 4th, 25.
That's good, sort of just a check update, see how you're doing on all this stuff.
If you get everything finished before then, you don't have to come. It's a hearing to check to make sure you did what you're ordered to. If you finish it, you don't have to be here.
Okay.
If you haven't finished it, you gotta come in and basically show that you're making progress and that you want more time. If you blow it off and don't show up, that's a way you can go to jail, because then I'll issue a warrant for you for not showing, and you can get arrested on that warrant. On On the trespassing, I'll impose a $50 fine and 5 days in jail suspended with a double order to stay out of law.
All right, thank God. Go
Same
probation.
review.
Yeah.
See Mr. Major before you leave.
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
What is that? Burglary charge. Ring cam.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
State of Ohio recalls China Scott, case number CRA 24265.
Come here. They said they faxed it.
I have it in front of me. Okay, she's in an MAT program at this Chesapeake Healthcare Center in Chesapeake, West Virginia. She's getting buprenorphine and sees them weekly for management of that, and she has therapy at least 5 sessions a month.
Can you see who that
And
is?
she is continuing, says it's a good report, says she's continuing to be open and engaged during therapy. So we've been at, it doesn't say she's finished, but we've been at it since, I believe, was it May of last year?
I think that's what you said earlier, Judge.
Yeah. May 3rd is when the charges were raised. Okay, it's a pretty bad situation. I just read the affidavit. Sounds like she's doing good now, but from the circumstances, I said she had a pretty serious problem when this happened. So I'd like to see her continue, the thing that Dr. Davies tells me, who teaches the addiction at Marshall, you get somebody clean for a year, she's not a year yet. 50-50. You got a 50-50 chance, a year out.
Can we try for a 50-50, Judge?
Let's get at least a year. At least give her a coin toss chance of staying clean. 7 years, it's 90%. There's, once you got a problem, you have, it's like being an alcoholic. You are an alcoholic for the rest of your life. And you always have to guard against it. But the longer you're in recovery, the higher the odds are you're going to stay in recovery. It keeps going up. So she's done really well. You've done good. But I'm afraid of letting you go back and slide backwards. So let's keep you in treatment. It looks like this place you're going to is doing good work.
Yes. And I plan to stay in there.
Okay. Well, the thing is, at some point, I gotta turn you over and trust you, you know, you gotta do this for you, and you have kids?
Yes, I have a daughter.
Okay, where is she?
She's here with me.
Okay, you have custody then?
Yes.
I have so many that don't have custody, they've lost custody, they're in foster care, or they're with a relative placement. And that's one of the damages sometimes of the children that get hurt by substance use. So I want to see you be successful. I'm not doing this to be mean to you. I want to see you be successful. You don't even live around here, but you got a child, and your child needs you and needs you to be clean, right?
Yes.
So let's come back. Let's make it 2 months. And you'll be close to a year then. April 7th, if you're available, Mr. Morphy?
I am, Your Honor.
April the 7th, 2 months exactly. And you can again appear by teleconference, get me a report from this Chesapeake Medical, and hopefully it's as good as the one you've been doing. So keep it up.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Derek A. Chapman, case number TRC 241275, A and B.
And Derek. Do we have something from OVP?
There's nobody here from OVP today.
You might have a... Okay. Well, we would have somebody here from OVP today, Your Honor, so...
She was here, she gave me some letters, the only ones are for Christopher Blevins.
Okay.
Well, let's, usually she'll respond to a text.
We were here on the 3rd, Your Honor. He had tested that day, tested clean that day.
Yeah.
And we had I think we had a letter that time where she talked. Everything good there? Okay. Yeah, good. No. No, that's not. Yeah. Okay, good. Yep. Yeah, that's about it.
He is...
This is set for sentencing.
Yeah. Okay, let's get a report from her. She usually responds pretty quick.
Okay, we'll recall it.
Just
have some-
recall.
Yeah, it won't be very long.
State of Ohio versus Ashley Wallace, case number CRB 24557. Ashley Wallace.
Ashley, is that Bethesda? Yes. Oh, that's it was a statement, not a question.
May I press your honor?
It sounded like a question, didn't it?
Yes.
Here on the 24th.
Okay, it sounds like she's still got stuff she's working on.
Yeah, we were here on the 24th, so we knew about those issues, but she's had none since then.
Okay.
She did clean yesterday.
March 7th, or no, March 14th?
Yeah, March 14th.
March 14th. Sentencing.
Your Honor, I think that's the day I have to go to Cincinnati Children's for a follow-up appointment for my son. If that's the case, can I call the court tomorrow or later this afternoon?
No, I'll just give you another date.
Okay.
21st.
It's either 14th or 17th, I can't remember.
March 21st.
Thank you so much.
21st.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Glenn Gibson Jr. Case number CRB 10-1078, CRB 10-2432, and B and C.
Your Honor, if I may, on January 24th, Mr. Gibson was going to be here on the 25th, and he was here.
Very good.
And he's been here some more since then also.
All right.
I don't know if it's updated in his folder since it's separate.
Okay. All right, well, making progress then. March 7th will be your next one. 10 o'clock, March 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Donald J. Wilson Jr. Case number TRC 072723, A, B, and C.
Just working on funds, and you did make a payment today. This is an old case, so you gotta come in every month, so we'll make it March the 10th.
Is that, what day is that, Judge?
That's a Monday.
Any chance of getting a Friday?
March, no. I'll go back the other way. February 28th.
Well, any chance of getting after March 3rd on a Friday?
No, because that's March 7th, and we got a trial with a visiting judge that day.
I'll take that 10th then.
March 10th.
All right, sir, thank you.
State of Ohio versus James Helton, case number CRB 23111.
Oh, he wasn't here when we called earlier. Okay, so did Mr. Sowers call you, or?
No, I just didn't, I'm moving my stuff out of my dad's house where he passed, and
Okay.
I was just a little late.
So it is a compliant report, as I understand it.
Yeah.
So, all right, I won't issue a warrant for you, and I'll let, well, there isn't a bond there. I'm confusing you with somebody else. I'll just cancel any warrant, and I'll give you another review date.
Okay.
And we'll make it March the 10th. 9 o'clock, March 10th.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Taylor Bryan, case number CRB 23112, CRB 20112. Same situation.
Okay, this is a review too. And she's at RRS also?
Correct.
And she is compliant? Correct. Okay, I'll cancel any warrant and set March 10th as the next hearing, 9 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm ready to go back to Lawrence County Jail.
Okay.
State of Ohio recalls Ricky Sowers to the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 2545, CRB 2544. And Melinda Fuller is over there.
This is Mr. Smith's case, and we were looking for something on restitution.
Yes, I spoke with Bree and she was waiting on the fire alarm inspector to come, and that was the last part of the quote for the restitution. So it would be sometime at the end of the day.
Well, how do you want to handle that? Probably not going to get to it today. You want to keep him until Monday, or let him?
I think
At this point, it's probably best to let him go. I'm just wondering.
They've known about.
I don't know if Wayne will come and get him before Monday.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, they've known about the restitution since the arraignment, but I mean, I expect them to have it by now.
I understand, and we've made multiple efforts to get them to give us an answer. So at least they know that we want an answer.
She said that you should have one today, because I said we were waiting for it for his case.
Okay, I'm just gonna continue it to, Monday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I would be willing to bet a large sum of money Wayne wasn't gonna come and get him over the weekend anyway.
Yeah, I think it's Lincoln County, but it's.
Oh, Lincoln.
Yeah,
Probably
6 of one,
more so.
1/2 dozen the other, Your Honor. That's fine.
It's beautiful this time of year, I'm sure.
Yeah. So Monday morning,
Putting
Mr.
back on the
Sowers.
docket for Monday, the 10th, at 10 o'clock on both cases, and we should have the restitution number by then. And, I mean, he's got a bond up, so he can post bond. If he can post bond, then he can get out.
Yeah, because I think the way we were going to handle it, and he agreed to, is that we just do credit for the time he served on the charges here, but I believe there's with the warrant out of Lincoln County, it's going to hold him here until, unless he pays the bond, so, what was it, 3,000, I believe?
3,000.
So, Mr. Sauer, there's a good chance, even if you waived extradition today, that Lincoln County was going to get you they weren't going to get you this weekend, so.
Well, could you give me an OR bond so that they can pick me up?
I'm not going to. Can you post a cash or surety bond?
No, there's no one that can post it for me.
Okay, we'll see you Monday then.
State of Ohio recalls Belinda Fuller of Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24-624, CRB 21-753.
This is Mr. Stratton's case. And I understand she's caused some difficulties at the jail today.
Your Honor, this is where we're at. Her mother, grandmother, and son has been here today. Her mom's still here. And I don't see her son or her grandmother. She was a little combative in jail. I spoke with her. She does not want to go to Portsmouth, which is, I thought, where we had something worked out. She does not want to go to Columbus. She does not want to plea.
She already pled.
Huh?
She already pled.
Yeah, that's right, we already pled it. She doesn't want to go anywhere, Your Honor. So I don't know. Here's what I thought.
Perhaps she needs to go to Athens.
I mean,
that's a judgment call on your part, but that,
maybe approach.
Dealing with her, I think that could be an issue.
Maybe approach.
Yes.
going to do it. She said, talk to her, send me her, that she can do it for an hour. And that's what he said. Yep. Yeah.
If you go over too far, then they just say, okay, you're too much of a crisis.
I understand why I've never heard of crisis before. I didn't even know you had come through this before.
Maybe they reserve it for Southern County.
No, I heard that. Yeah.
They use it Southern County.
I don't know if it's still called Dave. I thought it was people. So
Yeah, she did. Well, you want somebody else to do it.
So,
Just have it.
almost think it's just the evaluation of that. That's the, and then we found the conflict.
We've been so young to keep us. I assume she's in there. She wouldn't be. But she wasn't, I think if they crossed it, it's not going to be cool. At least you'll have a place. With food. All right, on Ms. Fuller, she did not want to cooperate with going to the counseling center, so I'm going to hold her. Yeah, we had a place for her to go in Portsmouth. She did not want to go there, so she's going to stay in jail, and we'll deal with it again, probably on competency issues on Monday, and Mr. Stratton will file the appropriate documentation.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's all.
Your Honor, we need to recall Ricky Sowards at the jail. I don't think we've got the restitution figure now.
Okay.
Case number CRA 2545, CRB 2544.
And this is Mr. Smith here?
Mr. Smith
He is. It's probably one of those things that's like very theoretical, like how many angels can dance on the head of a pin? What the rest, I mean, really? We'll order it, but, you know, what's the chances that that's actually going to get paid?
Yeah.
Well, it's $175.
Okay.
So
Not shocking.
if he were to enter a guilty plea, we would recommend time served. Well, probably we'd need a suspended sentence above that just to make sure he pays the restitution. And we'd be okay with him being...
Go to Lincoln County?
Go to Lincoln County as quickly as they'll take him.
Where my ex-wife is from originally.
I got one back there.
I thought maybe you were, where's Sumerco? Is that how you pronounce it? S-U-M-E-R-C-O? Is that Lincoln County?
The very tip top of Lincoln County.
Okay. Well, my wife's family was from just down the road on Route 10 from the Curve Inn. We're probably too young to ever heard of that, but I think it was a pretty infamous place. Up there in Harts Creek and that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different area than where I'm from.
It's a fun drive too.
Okay.
So I believe when we talked earlier, Mr. Sowers, you're okay with changing your plea. You'll get credit for time served. There will be, I guess, some days suspended, and you'll have a $175 restitution payment to OVP. And then the second part of it is there's a waiver of extradition so Lincoln County can come pick you up. Obviously, the sooner you sign it, the sooner they get it and they can come get you.
I'm
Otherwise,
ready to sign it and get that out of the way, because that's ridiculous. You know?
okay, well, we don't need to talk about Lincoln County because it's not where we are. But,
Right.
so you're willing to change your plea?
That was good to me.
Okay. I'll take that as a yes.
Okay, you have a right, Mr. Sowards, to make a statement to the court about this case if you want to. You don't have to. Do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say no more towards rehab,
Okay. Are you in relation to Gary Sowards?
I'm not really sure.
Okay. So other than the restitution, what else was recommended? Restitution is $175 to OVP.
It looks like he's been in jail since January 25th.
Okay.
So.
Time served.
Yeah, we'd want to have some additional suspended time just to make sure that if there's a chance that the restitution gets paid, that we'd have some ability to try to collect it.
Mr. Smith, anything you want to say?
Your Honor, yeah, you would owe $175, you have to pay it through the clerk.
Yeah, you pay it to the clerk, not directly to OVP.
Yeah, and then they'll get it to OVP, but, so whatever the recommendation, I don't know what the days you're
It
suspending.
looks like is it 13? I just counted.
13 is what he served.
So 30 with credit for 13, suspend the rest.
It's getting scary because that's exactly what I wrote down.
I've been here a while.
Pay your $175 so they don't come looking for you and put you back in jail. All right.
Okay, I'm going to impose a $100 fine. You don't have much. For you to pay the court costs. 30 days in jail. Suspend 17, give you credit for 13 you served. Order you to make restitution through the clerk to OVP of $175. 2 years of level 5 probation with his first review hearing on August the 4th of 25. So if you don't want a warrant for you, you got to take care of this or show up for your hearing. So if you don't show up, you automatically get a warrant, which will be good throughout the state of Ohio, but it won't be good in West Virginia. So if you stay in Lincoln County, you'll be good. We won't come to Lincoln County and get you.
Okay.
So you're going to be in front of Judge Hope, I assume, here on the Lincoln County matter. So
Oh, is it a felony or misdemeanor?
it has to be a felony, or it says a parole violation. So
Parole, well, that'd be, I would assume, Judge Hoke. Yeah.
It'll be a preliminary hearing.
Okay, that's Judge Hoke. Well, no, that's not, it's preliminary.
So,
Okay, well then, that'd be appearing before a magistrate there, but.
okay, so I've set your bond at $3,000, and you can't post that, correct?
correct.
So I'm going to give them a week to pick you up.
You give them a week, don't get me from today?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, I might extend it if they have a good reason they can't get here, but hopefully they will. So that's a week from today is Valentine's Day. Imagine that.
That's my anniversary, too.
A lot of good stuff happened on Valentine's Day, right? Are you still married or are you divorced?
Well, I'm still married, but I'm not with the same.
I shouldn't ask.
I think she's in jail too, actually.
In Lincoln County, maybe you'll have a reunion in Lincoln
Maybe
County.
have a little reunion at the last meeting one.
Yeah.
She's crazy, she's probably in front.
Is that the ex from Lincoln County?
Yeah, she's acting for more down, but.
No. Well, that explains a lot too.
Yeah. Bad choice. Okay, so I'm giving them until the 14th at 8 a.m. to pick you up. If they don't, then I'll see you next Friday, sometime during the docket, to figure out why you're still in our jail. You should be in Hamlin, or no, I guess you go to Western Regional. That's not even that far away. They won't take you to Lincoln County. They'll take you to Western Regional, which is pretty close by here, actually. So we're going to send a waiver of extradition down. You understand you're waiving extradition. You're agreeing to go to West Virginia on this warrant.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you'll sign that. Lincoln County will come and get you, and then you'll deal with whatever's going on over there. You got to take care of the restitution, your fine and court costs, or show up on August the 4th, and if you don't, you get a warrant.
Okay.
Any questions?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so then 2545 is back on the docket for the 14th at 10 o'clock for a pre-trial. Just to make sure he is not in the jail.
Your Honor, we're finished with the jail.
Okay, that finishes up at the jail.
State of Ohio versus Corey Easton, case number CRB 24-247, CRB 24-222. This was set for review. Had a mix-up, so we just had that.
Okay. This is set for review. She just started back at long-standing recovery. It's been a while since I've seen Corey.
I've been doing really good.
Good. Okay. Continue on. Sounds like you're doing what you need to there. You've got a couple of old cases here. I'll just monitor your progress. I'm not too worried about you getting that done. Main thing is for you to get stable and do what you need to do in counseling. So we'll see you back in a month.
Okay.
March the 7th. And I'll set it as a review hearing. Any warrant that had been outstanding will be canceled.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Derek A. Chapman, case number TRC 24-1275A.
Did you get something from OVP there?
Well, from that, let me check. Yes.
Great.
Here's exactly what it says. His last 2 screens have been compliant and he is attending his appointments. He has made a big improvement. So that's great. Good. So we'll go on out, but it's not going to be on the 7th. So,
Right.
14th's pretty jammed up.
Okay. There's something at the end of March I have. I just have to take a look. Seventh not good. 14th look like that. I could do the 21st if.
Okay, 21st it is. March 21st.
Okay. Keep it up.
Is that all?
That's it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll be on the sentencing docket.
State of Ohio versus Evan Gilliam, case number CRB 24-655. This is set for trial.
Okay. Set for trial today with Mr. Stratton as counsel.
Your Honor, I understand the state's going to dismiss this case today.
I want to make sure, is Kimberly Thompson here? Is she here? Okay. So we were prepared to go ahead and dismiss the case today based upon a lot of factors, but mostly because the victim was very adamant that she wanted us to dismiss the charges. And the allegations are somewhat, they're not real serious on the whole scope of things that we see before this court. We wanted Mr. Gilliam to...
He's got a good report from Lawrence County Recovery.
Yeah, and I don't remember why this got set for trial, but I thought it was because, I can be wrong here, but that Mr. Gilliam didn't want to do the treatment. Is that why it was, or I don't remember? Because our original idea was to have him complete the treatment and then dismiss the charges.
There was at one point we were hesitant on treatment, but he's in there himself, you know, he was, so.
So it's my understanding the state's going to annul it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Which means they're dismissing it. It's very unlikely it would ever be refiled, but they could refile it, especially if something came up and you got a new charge, then they could dig this one back up and refile it. So just don't have any, stay out of the court, don't have any further problems, and it'll go away forever. Case is dismissed.
Okay. Dismissed. Okay.
Court's adjourned.